Array and Align sprinklers. Open the ceiling plan view once more and move to the room between grids 5 and 6. We're going to place some more sprinklers here, but instead of choosing sprinkler from the Systems tab, this time let's right click on the existing pendant in the project, and from the shortcut menu that appears, let's choose Create Similar. Select the Place on Face option and click one sprinkler on an intersection of the ceiling tiles near the bottom left corner of the room. Like so. Press Escape twice. Select the sprinkler and move it 300 mm in both a horizontal and vertical direction. And 300 vertically. I know now that this sprinkler is directly in the center of this 600 by 600 tile. Let's now take a look at the Array tool to create the layout for this room. Note that the Array tool can be quite useful, especially if you have specific code requirements for the distances between sprinklers and walls, etc. Copy a second sprinkler across to the right, like so. And then select both the sprinklers. From the Modify panel, choose the Array tool. On the options bar, choose Linear Array. Make sure Group and Associate is checked on. Leave the number as 2 for now, and leave the Move To option as second. Click to enter the move start point, say the intersection of these two grids, and then click again for the end point, 3 tiles away. 1, 2, 3. Click in the model array value to change the array number from 2 to 3. And click and hit enter. The sprinklers have now been placed to equal spacing across the grid. However, there's a problem with these last 2 sprinklers. They've come out too close to the wall, and we need to make some adjustments here. The beauty of the Array tool is that because these sprinklers remain grouped, we can move 1 or 2 at a time to adjust the spacings, and the entire sprinkler grid will adjust accordingly. For example, I can select these 2 sprinklers in the middle and move them down 1 tile's length, like so. Notice that the rest of the sprinklers will update. The array will remain associated with these sprinklers for as long as the groups are kept intact, so you can adjust the array or move specific sprinklers at any time to suit the requirements of the code spacing for each particular room. You can also use dimensions to manipulate and equalize the spacing of sprinklers in rooms where you may not have a ceiling grid as a guide. For example, if this room did not have this ceiling tile grid, let's say it was set plaster, I could utilize my dimension tool to dimension from firstly the wall, then to this first sprinkler, to this second sprinkler, and lastly to the wall on the other side. I can then click to place this dimension run and press escape twice. I'm going to want to ungroup these sprinklers from the previous array I can select them and from the contextual ribbon pick ungroup. What I can now do is select the sprinkler individually, and this dimension will become editable. I can click it to change the value to something more specific, like 1200 say, hit enter, and my sprinkler will adjust accordingly. I now know that I have 1200 from each wall. So these dimensions can be quite useful in manipulating spacings of sprinklers also.